here we go. It's your buddy Smokey again. A little something for the bored guitar player. Say you're doing your thing where you like your pentatonics, and you don't really want to bog yourself down with tons of scales and having to think and getting in your way. Because right now, all we want to do is just play. We don't want to think, we just want to play. My doggy wants to play right now. She's going to have to go somewhere. Go. So anyways, instead of worrying about learning lots of new scales, what you can do is frame what you already have in a different way. And I was thinking about this. And say you got your D major pentatonic, which is nice. It's a great little scale. Instead of, like, say, a D major chord, build a different kind of chord off that root, your D, but only use the notes that are in the scale. Don't use the whole key. Don't think of it being in D. Think of it as being in D major pentatonic. You're only dealing with 5 notes. You don't have to deal with the 7. You don't have to deal with the 4. And instead of something like this, where you've got D major, take a D on your 5th, the G right above it, that B right there, the D again there, another G on top. You've essentially got a G over D, but since you're really emphasizing the D on the bottom, kind of gives it a different flavor, especially if you take that D and G here, move it down to the C sharp and F sharp above it. So you've got the root, the 4th above, right? 3rd above that, 2nd above that, 4th above that. That's the chord you can play your regular pentatonics over. You're not necessarily being so definite, and it gives everything that you already know a different kind of flavor. So what I've done is I've set up a little loop here with just this chord. And then we're going to play some D major pentatonic over that. And you'll hear it's a little different. Lets you have a few more notes to hang on to, because the chord it's kind of floaty. It's not a definite major kind of thing. There's the D, there's the root. So just a little thing where you can take what you already know and you don't have to bog yourself down with new scales. Just take the chords that you normally play with and mess them up a bit. Say we've got something going like, instead of something as floaty as that, let's just take a simple D sus2. That's always a nice chord, right? got this nice D sus2 thing going, play your major pentatonic. It's going to have a different flavor because you framed it differently. Snuck in a seventh there, sorry about that. So just a little something to think about, take what you already know, and instead of bogging yourself down because you don't want to learn a new scale, or the idea of constantly having to feed this scale monster is something we all, as guitarists, do all the time. So instead of bogging yourself down with that, just change the chord. Just pretty them up, put extensions on them, take out the third, let it float, let it be something else, and you can rip off the same old licks you've always been ripping off your fretboard for, forever. So that way you can be bluesy and still keep the feel that you want to feel and hear what you want to hear, because that's what you work with. But now it completely is a whole different color just because you've taken that thing you play over and changed it. Frame it differently. Have fun with that. Play around with different scales and chords and take what you know and just frame it differently. If you got any questions, just put them right there on the bottom of the page. This is your pal Smokey, and this is for the bored guitar player.